Hello, hello. First indeed. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Trix. You just got to keep at it with the drawing. Oh, sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I went on a walk and it took too long. So I rushed back and I got here just in time to put the little intro up. As always, let me know if sound is good, video is good, all of those things. I've got a little bit of a blurry camera today, but I don't know. As long as it's working, I'm happy. Oh, it was so nice. It was so nice though. It's our last day of it being a bit nicer, and then we have like a whole week of cold, rainy. I can indeed draw. That was my first career. I went through a couple of years of fine arts and stuff. I used to only do visual arts and went full into writing in 2020. I did a few readings on my channel, and I'm drawing and painting and stuff on there, so you can find some things like that on my channel. I'll show you. Oh man, I don't even know where I have any of that posted, but I did graphic novels. I have some terrible graphic novels that I can show you. My portraits are good. My graphic novels, not so much. Let me just see what I can dig up while we do this intro here. This is old, though. Oh my god, that link is terrible. That link is terrible. Let me see if I can get a shorter link. Actually, I mean, if you just look up my real name and Eternity, which is a novel that I'm going to be working on now at some point, just search that sometime and have fun. That's where you'll see the like old anime stuff. But I do have better things somewhere. I just don't have a portfolio online anymore because I realized that it just wasn't going to be a career for me. And I switched over to writing, and I just do drawing for fun, drawing and painting for fun now. I've done stuff with my characters. I've done, what was it? For like A Time When Demons and also Centera, I did these little teaser books where I did the art for the covers and stuff like that. I'm like anxiously looking around for something, but all of my stuff in storage, so I don't really have anything on hand anymore. I'm glad everything looks good. Nice to see you, Brian. Thank you for stopping by. We are going to get into sprints in 2 minutes. I'm going to run a relatively tight ship today. And maybe when I'm sprinting, I'll be able to find some of my better art somewhere. It's on my Instagram, actually. If you go to my Instagram page, I have a little highlight of, I have a bunch of highlights, and one of them is art. So I've got a few things up on there, some better stuff. Let's see. Here are all the, I don't know if this is going to show, but here are all the little, nope, it's not going to show. Come on. Just do what I want you to do. Nope. There's all the little books that I did. That was just a few years ago. But yeah, if anyone wants to see my drawing, it's kind of all over the place. I mostly just do portraits. I'm super into painting Marilyn Manson. Like, I have a unhealthy obsession with painting Marilyn Manson. It's a lot of fun. I can't help it. Thank you. It's a week into growing, no, like 3 weeks into growing out, so it's getting a little bit rooty. Thank you. Yeah, I might be doing some drawing today, actually, because when I finish sprints, my mom and I are going to do sort of a nostalgic movie watch, I think, because I was saying before, one of the reasons I got outside is because it's going to be rainy and stuff. So it's going to start raining probably right after the sprints end. And then I'm going to like hang out and maybe work on some stuff and do some drawings for fun. Perhaps, we shall see. So today for sprints, I kind of cobbled together my own timers because I've been using these seasonal timers and I like them, but I really just wanted to do my own timers. And so I'm going to load the 15-minute one on. Excuse me if it does something weird and pops up. There we go. I had these all ready to go, but like I said, I went out for a walk and then came back and had to rush. So I have cool timers. If you want to know where the image is from on these timers, I have linked it in the description. The person who used this image has their own piano music on there, so I'm not using their piano music since it's copyrighted, but I'm using some non-copyrighted piano music, and I'm going for a dark academia vibe. So we have our own timers today. I think they're pretty cool. I added a special effect at the end too, so we know when we're finished writing. You'll get a bell toll. And I think we've got 5 people here. Hello to anyone who has not said hello yet. Oh, hey, Bonsart. How are you doing? I miss the Netherlands desperately. Okay. I am going to turn our music off here. I am going to pop up our, which is really loud for some reason. Sorry. Usually I have these all ready to go, but today it's just, I mean, this whole week, it's been a week, but I'm feeling better. I'm caffeinated. If anyone wants to know what caffeine drink I'm drinking today, I've been, back on them for a bit, but I'm trying these gamer sups, these things. I got free samples and they're actually really, really good. So that's what I have been having. Yes, anyone who has not checked out any of Bonsart's stuff, it's awesome. Check out his channel, Radio Retro Future. You should definitely head over there. Lots of RPG stuff, storytelling, steampunk. It's very inspiring. And thank you. I really, really want to come back. I haven't even gotten to posting all of my pictures yet from there. I'm trying to go through each location as I went there. So soon, soon. Alrighty. On that note, we should get into some writing here. And when I start the timer, like we noticed, it was a little loud. So if it's loud and off-putting, let me know and I'll mess around with the volume, but I've got it way down right now. So I think it'll be okay. All right, so starting with 15 minutes, we're going to do a few of these. As always, we will wrap with a half hour. Ready, set, and write. first sprint down. Super fast. I'm used to half-hour sessions now because on Discord we've been doing body doubling all month. And so we do half hour with a tiny little check-in and then another half hour. It's a very different format than these quick little 15s. How did everyone do? Let me know. Welcome to anyone who's just joining. We are sprinting here. If you've not done it before, it's writing in little chunks. We check in between. I sprint for 15-minute periods. I usually try to do at least 4 of them and then wrap things up with a half-hour sprint to give us that extra bit of time at the end. So right now we are in our 15 minutes. I got exactly 300 words done. It's not usually that exact. So that's what I got. And I'm now at 22,547 for this draft. There's a lot more that I've written in this story, of course, but that's of the stuff that's edited, added in new. It's going to be quite a bit longer than before. Ooh, layout stuff. Very cool. Huh. In writing, should people have at least one obsessive hobby that they pursue pretty much alone and no one else gets? I don't know about should, but I think that it's good. But I don't know, I also have this problem with hobbies because I turn all of my hobbies into like full-time projects. So I don't know how much I can even speak to hobbies. Like if I love something, I'm going to try to incorporate it into my work and make it a thing. And I'm like that with my friendships and relationships too. Like if I care about you, I'm going to want you involved in things. Because I guess my love language is work. Congrats. Editing, excellent. These first 15 minutes I find are a good time to, if you're not like ready to jump right into writing, you can also just kind of get ready to write and get yourself in that mental space. I find that happens a lot with the like first half hour of these or so when people are in here. And by the time we're in like the final 15 and then that half hour, everyone's fully into it. We've got the cat report today. June is not here at the moment. I think he will be back. I hope he'll be back. I love that cat. But we have Oreo and Noisette on this side of the apartment. And we have another little cat, Sashimi, on the other side of the apartment right now. So we've got 3 going on. One's auto. I'm not sure what you mean there. Did I miss something? I have this habit on these streams of saying stuff and then someone responds directly to something I said, but I'm like 2 more sentences down the line. I'm like, who do what? Okay. So I'm just going to add this to the stage. As always, I try not to talk for too long between these because I want everyone to be able to get their writing in, but I also want us to have a second to breathe, a second to drink some water, get hydrated. I need a new sticker for my water bottle because I have the order of the written word on here and it's coming off a little bit. Hello, Marcella or Marcella, let me know. I was away for a month. I forget the reason I didn't do the first one I was supposed to do of the last 2 I missed, but last time I fell on the ice and messed my hands up and I could not write at all. So I'm back here. And I'm glad to be back. Writing has been going well this month, so that is a plus. And yeah, you've only missed 1, so that's not too much. We still got quite a ways to go. And I have my own fancy timers here this time. Marcella, okay, thank you. I never want to get people's names wrong. Alrighty. I'm going to turn off our epic Celtic music, and we're going to go back into the piano and back into our 15-minute sprints. So ready, set, write. Alrighty, I got another almost 300 this time, 298. I would have got more, except I found a history hole. I thought I had fixed all of the plot holes, but I have, without spoilers, I have a race that has an alternate history, and I sort of knew it, but I didn't actually write it down. And I'm introducing it. I'm like, now I have to write this whole history down. It's okay. It's okay. Um, I write fantasy and also some sort of like dark horror mystery. Fantasy was always my thing for years, and I'm trying to finish a novel that I've been working on now for 2 decades that just needs to be finished. It was finished, and then I found plot holes, and now I'm going back and fixing it. And I'm going to be releasing that this summer, so I'm on a deadline. But my full published novel that I have out right now is a sort of witchy murder mystery, and that's probably what I'm going to continue doing more of when the fantasy is finished. I don't think I've ever attended a writing seminar, so I just give them. Let's see. I think when I was like 12 years old, I did like little writing classes and stuff like that at school. Ooh, found an entire scene. So you were switching tenses. I hate when that happens. Especially like I have a bunch of different POVs with these characters, less now that I'm editing this novel, and I always found weird back and forth stuff. Yay! We're on fire today. 96 is good, especially when you're also doing research. So that is still part of the process. What are you working on, Marcella? And yeah, if anyone else wants to share their genres, their work in progress, let us know anything that you've already put out into the world. Feel free to share. This may be my channel, but I like to platform anyone who's doing creative stuff. I'm just going to put this back on the stage because we're going to jump back in pretty soon. So we're at 1:45 now, which should be able to get us maybe 2 or 3 more 15-minute, depending on how much talking we're doing. Thank you, Trix. Yes, please do like the video if you are enjoying it. I assume you're enjoying it if you're here. Paranormal romance. Love it. Excellent genre. Yeah, like I'm writing this fantasy novel and I love it, but I really just want to get back to my more ghosty, witchy stuff. They're similar, but they're different, you know. Murder mystery, thriller. Oh, you're writing with your wife? I love that. Definitely love to read that. Sci-fi, fantasy, YA. Nice. Some great projects going on here. Okay. I'll just say hello to anyone if anyone's new. I've seen the numbers fluctuating a little bit, so if anyone is stopping by, we are just writing, and you are welcome to join us. Ooh, this is very Bratz-esque fashion doll. Oh my god. I love that. I was a big Bratz kid. I definitely had quite a few of those. I liked the Bratz a lot more than the Barbies. I had Barbies first, but I was big into Bratz, and also those the larger Polly Pockets with like the rubber clothing. I thought mine were still somewhere, but I think they got given away or thrown out, and I'm so upset. I wanted to find them for nostalgia's sake, but who knows what happened to them. Alrighty then. We are going to jump back into our writing. Since I've been doing about 300 words on these, I'm going to hopefully be able to do more than that on this one. We'll see how it goes. Second draft, congrats. I don't know how many drafts I've done of this fantasy. It's the okay. All right. Alrighty. We're going to jump into it. Start another 15, trying to get as many of these in as we can, because sometimes I talk way too much and then we don't do that much writing, and the whole point is to write. So let us write. Hello. How was that one? 3 down. We are just after 2. We've got an hour to go of this session. I think we're doing quite well. I got 334 words in that last one, so not much over the 300 I've been doing, but a little bit. So we're getting there. Let me know how you did, if you're counting words, how many words you got done. I'm getting into something a little bit more interesting in my writing, thankfully, because I'm on one of those chapters where I'm trying to like build foundational stuff when a character first gets to a new location, and like it's not the fun stuff to write, you know, but you have to try to make it sound good so that when people are reading, they're getting what they want out of it. That's what I've been doing, and I just like, you always just want to get into the good scenes, right? So I really want to do that, but I'm not quite there yet. Building and building. For pages, I'm at, let me just see, I'm at page 56. So it's fantasy. There's a lot to build. There's a lot of backstory, most of it that you're not even going to see part of in the first book. All right, this is good. Doing well. We're all progressing. It's getting grayer here, which is good because we're going to watch stuff. We have a projector instead of a TV, so we can't really have it be too bright in here. And that was the plan, to be able to have kind of a movie afternoon since it'll be gray out and we can actually watch things. Gotta download all of those after this though. But yeah, also I'm not gonna feel like running outside when it's been getting springy. I just want to be outside all of the time. And when I went out for that walk before coming here, I was like, oh no, now I just want to sit outside all day. So this is good. This is a good development. I see we've got 8 people here. Hello to anyone who is lurking. Feel free to hop in the chat and say hello. None of us bite, I don't think. And we are working on writing today. We're going to be going for nearly an hour more. I'm going to try to get 1 or 2 more 15-minute sprints in, and then a half hour. And we're all working on a whole bunch of different stuff. I also have a Discord server, by the way, that I linked in the chat for anyone who wants more writing opportunities throughout the week. Right now, we're doing the Order of the Written Word Challenge, the Spring Conclave. So the goal is to write for 1 hour every day for the month of March. We're nearly complete, and I've nearly done every single day except when my hand was a mess. And also this past week, one day when I had a really fun panic attack. So, I spent the evening being kind of antisocial that day, since I had spent the afternoon calming down and I was just exhausted. I'm all good now, by the way. I was fine then. It just, you know, I do a lot, and sometimes like my brain doesn't catch up and my body does, and then it's like, hey, you're stressed and you're doing a lot. Hello, Miranda. Thank you for stopping by. Or Rita, sorry, I'm not sure which you'd prefer to be called. Writer's journaling is excellent. I'm a terrible journaler. I wish I was better. My mom actually found this super cool thing though. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this, but if you're a terrible journaler like me, this is a 1 line a day journal, and it gives you a little, I'll just show you one that doesn't have writing in it. It gives you this row that goes year by year, and you just write like a little thing on the day, and then you can look back and see like every single day what happened on that day for the past 5 years. And it's so little that it's a lot easier. Even for me, it's difficult. Even this is difficult, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And it's cool to look back. Okay, thank you for confirming. Hey, Marco. Nice to see you. 1K, awesome. And you are most welcome. Alrighty, I am going to get us back into our sprint here, another 15. I think maybe next time I'm going to switch up the music and have like multiple different 15-minute ones, because it's not too bad when you take breaks and, you know, you cycle through the music and stuff, but I like the idea of having something a little bit different every time. Normally, I listen to a pretty big writing playlist that I have on Spotify, so I'm used to going through a whole bunch of different music. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but If I remember, I'll try to do a totally different playlist for every single timer. So I have a few different 15-minute ones. And I think that'll be fun. Alrighty. I hope that everyone else is getting your words in. If you have not checked in the chat and would like to, you can always do that when the sprint is running. I do take a look every few seconds. I'm just not going to respond on video, of course, so that I don't interrupt people. Alrighty then. We are going to start our next sprint. And let's try to do more words than we did last time. Let's go. That is our, I'm going to say final 15-minute. So next one's going to be a half hour because I know that I'm going to talk for a few minutes here and there will not be time for another 15. So I hope you enjoyed your 15 minutes. Those quick sessions, those should be a good warm-up and help you get into this half-hour one. I would recommend now that if you would like to take a quick little run to the bathroom, get some water. I know that half an hour is not crazy long, but you want to be able to write for that whole time, ideally, and get that final chunk of writing in for the day, unless you're going to continue after this. So I do recommend doing that now. Dom has stopped by. Yes, I think you're still here. If you like paranormal investigations, definitely check out his channel. He's one of our Montreal investigators here. Oh man, that's terrible. No one wants to be sick on their birthday. Happy birthday though. I hope it gets better. Hey Daniel, nice to see you. You still have half an hour at least. There's some time. You caught the longest one. Yeah, definitely check out Investigation 13. And Dom, I emailed you about some stuff. You should get back to me when you have a minute. It's about an investigation. I'm hoping to get some more of those going in the spring months. So working on planning some of that. I think they're going to be cool for anyone who watches the Haunted Montreal channel. We have a lot planned. I'm looking forward to doing all of these things. And yeah, all right. So I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes. If anyone's going to get water, let me know what your word count is looking like, how you're feeling so far. 232. I actually got way less this time. I did 221, but I wrapped up a chapter. So I'm now officially finished 6 chapters of this final draft, which is good. For the day, I was just figuring out, for the day, I'm at 1,153. So feeling pretty good. In total, 23,400. So we're getting there. We are getting there, slowly but surely. If anyone's curious, by the way, about what I'm writing, I do post on Ream. I'm a couple chapters behind, but I'm going to update that either later today or maybe tomorrow. And if you haven't been on Ream before, it's really cool the way it works. You can actually comment like per line. So the reason I have stuff up on there is I'm hoping to do everything kind of in tandem. Normally with the writing and editing process, you would finish your draft, you'll get beta readers, and then you would go into like full editing. But I'm kind of doing everything at once since I have a deadline. So I'm posting chapters bit by bit for beta feedback. So if you want to go on there, I'll post the link once we get started in this next sprint session, and you can take a look at what I'm doing. You can comment line by line. So if you see one line that you really like or something that makes absolutely no sense, a plot hole, you can just comment right there. You don't have to, a lot of writing sites where you post, it's just like a general comment on the chapter or something. But you can get really granular with Ream because it's actually made for writing, which is really, really cool. This is awesome. If it is it for you, you've made some great progress. So well done. I appreciate you stopping by. Hello to anyone who is just joining us. We're doing one more sprint for the day. We've been going for an hour and a half now, so we're going to do our final one. It's going to be half an hour. I am going to, okay, fair warning. I load my videos ahead of time. I'm just adding this one since my computer refreshed. I went out for a walk before coming here. So you might get a brief loud sound once I add this video file to present, but I'll pause it right away. Okay, not that loud. We're good. All right, so this is going to be for our final sprint. Music on this one is a little bit different. Same vibe, but different songs. So if you've been sick of the 15-minute progression, you're going to get something else. It's going to be a full half hour. Anyone who is still away, I'll give you a few more seconds. Get started in a minute. What are my goals for this sprint? For this sprint, I've been doing an average of 300 words, so I'm going to try to do 600, 500 or 600. That's the goal. And that should be not difficult because I'm starting a new chapter, but it also might be really difficult because I'm starting a new chapter. So we'll see. I've really been planting this book as I usually do, so it's not heavily planned. Some parts are, and it's been a unique process revising and editing this one. I'll probably do a video about it maybe in May, because a reminder, one final little thing before we get started for this final sprint, because I know a lot of people leave during the final sprint. So in case you do, just so you know, I am going to be taking April off on my channel. I have been in major burnout mode. I like had a panic attack a few days ago, and my, it's time for a break. So I'm taking a break from a lot of things, and not Haunted Montreal though. So pretty much everything else I'm taking a break from. Things with Stygian, things with my sort of public uh, persona, all of that. So I will be taking that break. When I come back in May, there's going to be a lot of stuff I'm announcing, because I've got two really cool things happening in May, something in June and something in August. So anyone who is hanging out on my channel and waiting for updates, I am going away for April, but I will be back with lots of exciting stuff in May. So you can look forward to that. All right, without further ado, let's get into our final sprint of the day. 30 minutes, get those words in, and start writing. We're done. We're done. I think that went really well. I hope that it went really well for you. Where is my music? Oh, coming on slow. Okay. How'd everyone do? I'm wishing you the best as well. Thank you. I'm going to be excited to get back to things in May, I think. So for that one, I got 835 words. The writing is working today. So for the total session, 1,988. I'm just over 24K into chapter 7 on page 58. And I'm about to summon a couple new characters into the story, which is what I've been dragging myself towards. This is a good thing. You are most welcome. Thank you for coming. Give everyone a couple minutes to let me know how your work progressed. If you're keeping track of words, let me know what you did for the day. Oh, I'm glad. 230 is good. If they're good words and they're getting things done, and once you add up everything you did in all the sprints, doing quite well. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm gonna start wrapping things up. For anyone who already heard this, sorry, I just want to do this at the end of the video again. As I was saying, I am going to be away for April. I'm taking a much needed month off. For anyone who doesn't know, this month has been a writing challenge through the Order of the Written Word. So we have been writing for an hour every day in the Discord community, and I've been doing that, and it's been really good getting back into it, of course. But at the same time, like it's been quite a lot. And with everything else going on, I've been in major burnout. So April will be off. I'll still be doing stuff for Haunted Montreal, though. So if you want to check in there, please feel free to do so. If you are participating in the writing challenge, we've still got a little bit of time left in that, just over a week. If you haven't been participating, it's not too late to join. You can still join and hang out in the Discord server and write for an hour every day. I've been doing body doubling sessions there from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Usually it winds up being more like 6:30 p.m. If you don't know what body doubling is, it's similar to a sprint, except without so many breaks. So we just write for an hour. I set a timer for half an hour just to check in and say hi to anyone who joins. But basically, we just write for a straight hour, and it's more of an accountability thing versus a big social thing. I will link the Discord again after I say bye. I'll leave this open for a minute so I can link a couple things for you, and you can get access to all of that. And yeah, I will be back in May. At that time, I will announce 2 things that are happening in May, 1 thing that is happening in June, and 1 thing that is happening in August. These are very good things that I'm excited about. I'm glad that things have been good. Hello? All right. Well, yeah. Bringing the new characters in can be really fun, but also like a lot. Alrighty, I am going to take my face off of the screen in a moment here. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate you coming on, writing with me, being creative, putting up with my many hiatuses and everything that goes on. You guys are awesome. Join me in the Discord. I will see you in May, but until then, I hope that you are having a day that is just as wonderful as you are. Bye.